Okay, guys, we are super excited. We have Dread from Dreadmaster Gaming. And Dread, are you out of Mishawaka?
No, I am not actually. I'm around the Kokomo area.
The Kokomo area. Okay. So, Dread here, he ended up finishing 28th out of close to 600 people. Is that correct? At the
Yeah,
Indianapolis YCS Regional? That is
it was
just,
a huge event.
oh yeah, and I knew it was going to be big because people been, in quarantine for so long, and Konami has definitely been playing things on the safe side. So, because of that, I knew it
Yeah,
was
and they
definitely
still
going to
were.
be big.
Yeah, and they still were doing a pretty good job with the safety with mask requirement,
Hmm. Yes,
full event,
most
everybody
pictures I saw
wearing
were
it.
like that. Yeah, I know they're also insisting on people being vaccinated. They've definitely taken a lot of precautions.
Yeah,
But
for the regional they did not. For the
oh,
only the
okay.
regional was just a mask requirement for regionals, but for the YCS level events, like with Charlotte coming up, that's going to be a vaccine required event
Oh,
for
wow.
sure.
Okay. Well, guys, you heard it here, so make sure if you're planning on going, you've got that ready. But I saw that you finished in 28th place, reached out to you and asked if you wanted to do a deck profile, and I can't wait to hop into this because anytime you can end up topping like you did, and honestly, getting very close, it looked like there to being in top eight, the way that it was
Mm-hmm.
shaking out, that's pretty amazing. So
Yeah,
you're
finished the
looking.
ninth round, seven.
Oh no, go ahead.
Sorry, yeah, my fault.
No, you're fine.
Finished the ninth round, 7-1-1, and going into round five, had to play Casey, and then he just absolutely steamrolled me. Like, I wasn't happy about it, but it was Casey, so it's
Yeah.
fine. I won't get salty that bad about it.
No, and I get that. And for those of you who watch my channel, that's KCS Games. So
Yeah.
you guys know him. So he's a very accomplished duelist, very well known, especially for our state. He's one of the best out there. Um, so Dread, I see that you were playing Drytron Megalith, which I was very interested to talk with you about. We obviously
Mm-hmm.
have the regular Drytron package. We've got the 3 Alpha, 3 Zeta, 3 Gamma, and then we have the Delta. Is it Atlas? Is that how you say that
Yeah.
card? I'm trying to make
Yeah.
sure I'm saying it right. I saw you also have Diviner the Herald. This card is just nuts. It's a really,
Uh
really
huh.
good card. I was very curious here. I see that you're on one Herald of the Orange Light. Why just one and not three?
So the theory behind the one was I'm gonna search it once, and I'm only gonna use it once. If I get it, I use it to stop a nib going first, and then going second, I just use it for anything. Like if I get Dark Ruler, it gives me a hand trap in my hand to play during their turn.
Okay, okay. So have you play tested with three to see if it was too bricky, if it was bonkers? Like,
I
what
have
made you
not.
decide? I mean, I know you said you can search one. Did you really feel that it would have come up more, or was one the perfect ratio all day?
One is perfect. I don't need it again because I still have to search like the Valkyrie if it's necessary. Scythe if I don't want if I want to go the IP instead of the Dagda route. I can search the Lancia if I'm against like Plunder.
Oh, that's interesting. I
Plus the
forgot because that's a
Benton
fairy. Yeah,
or the yeah, plus the Diviners, not Benton.
yeah.
But yeah,
Oh, that's
there's like
amazing.
there's too many things to search with Benton. I'm only gonna get it probably like 3 times,
Uh-huh.
and then that's it. Maybe
Okay.
four if I somehow get a really broken hand.
No, that makes sense to me. I also love the Cyber Angel package that you have in here. I think it's perfect. The one Benton, and then the one Edaton, and then Natasha. Natasha to me is so good. This card
Yeah.
steals games, honestly.
Oh, I actually I think I have it on paper, but oh, that was not the right way to open that. Where did my life points get to? I have my life points get to about 12,000 in one game,
Oh my
and I think
gosh.
another was like 14,000.
Oh my goodness. That's amazing.
I'm
Natasha.
targeting a nib token.
I mean
That was
that's
like
pretty
really up there.
amazing, seriously. Well, I was just gonna say that's one of its best things is that when you can take a really large token, that's awesome. I know I've had that a few times myself. Or at least facing it, because I run into this deck often. Not your build, but similar builds. And so this is
Yeah.
such a house. Did this steal you some games?
Natasha stole quite a bit. I played against. It was one of the base decks I played. It was the Sword Soul base deck I played against, and I think he nibbed me, and he was at 4,000, and I had Natasha still engraved with one Cyber Angel under
Oh,
that left.
oh,
I took the Natasha. I used Natasha, banished, took the nib, and then just won
that's amazing.
outright with that card.
That's awesome. It's such a good card, and guys, if it's in the grave, you got to get it out of there. It's just it's too good. You can't leave it there. Oh
No,
man.
can't.
Let's
Really
talk
can't.
about your Megalith package. This was shocking to me. What made you decide to put in this little engine? Because you've got two Plu, then you've got the other one here, and then you've got Beether. What made you decide to put these in?
So, Megalith package is kind of another interruption during the opponent's turn.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
It actually makes 2 interruptions by itself with the way your deck plays. So the full becomes a 6, and then you tribute a Benton you'll add back for the Ophiel, which will add another full, plus will add you another fairy off the Benton. So that's like the second use you get out of it. And then the Ophiel and the Diviner at level 6 becomes Baron. So you end up with a Baron and a full at level 6. That's popping 2 cards with the Bethor.
Oh my gosh. What a play.
You go against the back row deck and they just go set 4 and you just go end of main phase. Full. Tribute the full in hand, the full on field. You're going to have like 3 to 4 names engraved. Blow up everything.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so good. Guys, that tech right there, you've got to incorporate it if you're playing this deck. For those of you who watch my channel for Master Duel, you're seeing the tech here. Put it in. Okay, so that's really, really good.
There are times when I want to put in a second Ophiel because on testing on the night before, I kept drawing it and it would just unclump everything for my deck, and I just keep playing. Like I just played through every negate possible with this one card.
Oh, that's amazing! Awesome tech, seriously. That
cards.
Wow.
Might go up to 2.
Wow. So
I might go to 44.
That is really interesting. You let me know. I'd love to hear an update on what happens with that. I see you're on the 1 artifact, Lancia, which makes sense. Everyone's playing Scythe this format. Let's talk about this though. 2 Dark or Destiny Hero Plasma. I'm so used to the Celestial Dasher, right? Those 2 cards, I believe. So you get that draw of 2. Why Plasma over those 2 cards?
So, I'll be straight up honest. Those 2 cards in this deck, not good at all.
Oh, okay. So they should go.
Horrible.
Is that what you're telling me? Okay.
So in Drytron, they're bad because if you send those 2, and then you go trigger DPE effective summon, and then they move the DPE, like they banish it, they shuffle it back into the deck, they take it with a Dark Charmer. They're forced to summon Celestial or Dasher. And Drytrons get locked out the second you special summon something that's normal summonable, like those Destiny Heroes.
Oh my gosh, that makes so much sense.
So by cutting both
this
those
was your way to get that out. Okay.
Yeah, it cuts out the risk. There's no risk to that at all. You can lose DPE and it doesn't matter. You're still playing.
Oh my gosh, that's brilliant.
I've summoned Plasma 3 times.
Oh wow.
Once at the regional against the Plunder player, round 1. He had 5 monsters, and I had enough names to tribute 3, drop Plasma, and negate everything on his board.
Oh my gosh. Oh, he had to be sick.
No plays.
Oh my gosh. And then you can target one of the cards. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good. Obviously it makes sense since you're on DPE that you've got the 2 Fusion Destiny. The Foolish Burial makes sense. Same thing with the Called By. The Dark Ruler no more. I was curious, why just two?
Because I'm already playing 2 droplet, and I didn't want to overload on going second cards, and I thought that'd be enough.
Uh-huh. And to go 7, 2, and 1, it does sound like it was enough. And guys, I forgot to mention that earlier. This was 10 rounds. So
Oh
you
yeah,
talk about a
10 early
grind
rounds of
fest. Yeah, this was it
yeah.
for sure. And then this makes sense also for these ratios. The 1 ritual card, 3 Nova for sure. It's a have must. Same thing with the Cyber Emergency. So again, that's some big spice from the main deck, everybody. That's pretty good. Of course, we've got his extra deck now. So Intis, then we've got the Anaconda to go into DPE. There's the boy as we speak. Herald of the Arclight, great for an Omni negate. Now, what about Defleur here? Did you put this in just because of that Megalith combo?
No. So as you see in the main deck, that's why there's Chaos Valkyrie in the deck.
Okay.
If I open Diviner and a name, I can get to Burrow before my 5th summon, so Nibiru is less likely to happen.
Oh, nice.
So it's not just Skill Field that can get to it. Valkyrie can get to it as well.
Okay, that makes
so
sense.
Free.
Oh, that's awesome. Seriously, that's really awesome tech. Again, guys, I hope you're paying close attention to the deck profile. The rank 1 here is just so good. I mean, this just helps you in so many different ways. And then obviously Downward Magician is so that you can end up going into the Zeus. The advantage you get off Beatrice here, Lady of the Eternal, is great. I'm sure that was part of your what did the turn 1 board look like for you? Obviously, we still have your ritual card to talk about here. Because I know you said to me that this was one of your biggest cards to play. But what did that first turn board typically look like?
So if the combo goes uninterrupted to every point, I can end, depending on my hand, I can end on the Dagda, Verte, but if I open the Destiny or Scythe, then I take that link out for an IP.
Uh-huh.
I still just keep going. The full to have the Bethor to pop, the Barone, and the DPE. With the Scythe in the back row.
My gosh, that is just quite scary. Okay, so that's awesome.
It just does a lot.
Speaking of your ritual monster here, why not Herald of the Ultimateness? Because it's just so powerful. Why did you go this route?
So it is good. I will be the first to say I did play that card back when EVO was legal. That card was absolutely oppressive. I'm kind of glad it even got banned. No, that wasn't fair. I just love Draconets. I just think it's a lot better, and it plays through Scythe blocks. People love to Scythe block this deck. That's fine.
That makes sense.
Just does it. Draconets can just wipe them out.
Yes.
By itself.
That actually makes complete sense to me. Really,
and it's an interrupt on their turn too.
Really awesome, Dread. Yeah, because it's a quick effect. Yeah, absolutely. Oh man, Dread, just great stuff here. Then we've got your Link monsters here, so we can see definitely why you have the artifact card in here. Link Karibo's so good to get you going. The Masquerina is great for interruption to then go into the Nightmare Unicorn. This surprised me though. Why Boral Sword Dragon over access code?
So one of the big things, I know it's not a big deck, but it's a scary thought. If I play against Attic Nister, access code cannot get over a 6K arrival. There's absolutely no way to do it.
Okay.
So Boral is 100% guaranteed can get rid of an arrival no matter what. Even at 6.
Nice.
Outs it.
Wow.
It still will gain, but theirs won't drop. So I go up by half. So I go to 6,000 to their 6,000. Sword can't be destroyed in battle. It just gets rid of it.
Yes, that makes complete sense. Wow. Boy, you really thought of everything possible that might stop you. I think that's very interesting for sure. Looking at your side deck now, okay, so it makes sense. You've got two more Artifact Lancia. Token Collector in this format makes so much sense to me. With all this Brave token stuff everywhere, I absolutely
Yes.
get why you're playing this card. Did
Yeah,
this ever
that
come up?
Sword Soul. In one of my base rounds, it did. I collected him, and it held things up a little bit, but not very long.
Okay, okay.
It wasn't completely effective.
But it at least did what you were hoping it would do.
Yes.
Okay. Then we've got the 3 Ghost Bell and Haunted Mansion. I thought that was very interesting that you went that route, and I don't see any Ash in your build. Why this over Ash?
So this was a call for prank kids. If I play pranks, they stop Doodle.
Yes.
They don't add back nothing, and then it just holds their deck down.
Absolutely. And prank
no
kids is
pandemonium.
everywhere. Yep.
No pandemonium, no adding kids back to play with.
Yes.
Just stops it. So, and then it also does a second part in the deck, or if they side in Cycle Raider, DD Crow, stuff to banish my Drytrons, and I put this in, it counters that too.
Awesome. Absolutely awesome. Then we've got the 3 Nibiru. I mean, that's self-explanatory. Same thing with the Cosmic Cyclone, in case you run into some crazy Mystic Mind player. And then the 3 Imperm. So definitely makes quite a bit of sense to me. Where are your flex spots, though? What do I take out, and then what do I put in? So, like, if I have to take stuff out of the main deck, what am I taking out so I'm siding properly and not messing up my combos?
Normally, when I side out, one of my Destinies come out, one of my Diviners come out. Natasha might come out, depending. If I'm going in a game 2, Natasha would come out. If I'm going first or second, if I'm going first, I'd rather have better cards than Natasha for that. If I'm going second, then if Foolish would come out, my Callbot would come out. Scythe might come out, depending on how impactful it really is.
Okay.
If it's not perfect, then I'd side it out.
Okay.
If I'm going first, my Dark Rulers come out because I don't need them.
Oh, that makes complete sense. Yeah, absolutely.
Natasha, if time is like maybe 10 minutes left, Natasha will go in because I'll just gain the life points real quick and hold them off.
Yep, that makes
possible.
Sense. Absolutely. Man, what a deck profile, everybody. Now, the next thing that we're going to do next here is kind of walk through each round so that you guys can see what it was that Dread ended up facing. So let's go ahead and talk round 1. You already alluded to it, but you faced Floowandereeze, and you went 2-1 against this deck. What was the big plays that ended up getting you over the hump here against your first round opponent?
So, first game, I got completely blown back by the fact he was maining Nibiru.
Oh, wow.
I did not expect that.
Yeah, I do too.
That blew me away pretty hard. And I was like, I didn't expect Nib. I'm like, okay, so I got to play differently. Then second game, I blew him out. Then he went first. Game 3 finally got to go first. He got to go first for once.
Okay.
Because I won the die roll and went first. So.
And
And game 3 was when I dropped. So he was making a huge misplay, and he didn't catch it till after. But I had a Boral Sword on the field the entire time, and he had the way to tribute it off.
Oh.
He didn't see it.
Oh, no.
Forgot it was there.
So he didn't use the continuous spell? Was that out on the field, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Oh.
He didn't use it, and he kept tributing. He tributed my Diviner, which brought out an orange light.
Oh, no.
He tributed that, and I was like, why is this Boral Sword sticking? And he realized it after, and he saw it. He was like, oops. Oh, I just misplayed hard.
Yep, yeah. Oh, that's brutal.
Dropped the plasma next turn, and that actually led to something else too. I forgot about that. During his standby, I tagged out my Barone because its negate was gone, so I used it for Diviner to get my Ritual Monster for follow-up the next turn.
Oh, nice, yeah.
I made sure I had a follow-up for that, and it worked out, because then I drew the plasma, and I was like, all right, I'm just going to drop plasma, and then time was called, and I was ahead of life points, so it
Oh,
didn't matter.
nice. Always
I
great.
was winning either way.
That's
I was about to
awesome.
go through all of his little guys.
Now, round 2, Brave Token, Plunder Patrol. You 2-0'd this deck. Did it just really have no chance against you? Did you win the die roll each time? Like, walk me through that a little bit.
Yeah, I won the die roll against him, and I full comboed game 1. He scooped. And game 2, he made it was a decent board. I think it was just the one monster negate, and I just had droplet for it.
Oh, and then that changes everything. Yep.
I dropleted his board, and then OTK'd him. The dude was pretty mad. Like, he literally just got up and walked off.
Oh, no. That's the worst when you have a salty player. That's not very fun. You hate when that happens. Especially when you had the card. You know, sometimes you got the card, sometimes you don't. So that's okay. Next round, this was your first loss against Altergeist. I'm assuming you lost the die roll. Was that the situation here?
I actually won the die roll and bricked.
Oh, what did you? Do you remember what you had in the hand?
I don't. It was just really subpar. It was subpar bad, and I was like.
And that does happen. Yeah, sometimes that does happen. And once Altergeist gets going, it's really hard to stop it. So what about game 2? Was it the same thing? Did you end up bricking?
Game 2 made me kind of upset. I got locked between Skill Drain, Protocol, Conquery, and Sliquidus.
Oh,
and it just, that loop just locked me out. I couldn't attack at all. I couldn't clear anything.
Oh, I am so sorry, Dread. I mean, I am an Altergeist player, and just hearing what you just ran through, that's brutal.
I got torn up pretty bad.
Round 4, though, I see that this was your first draw of the day. You were going against Brave Token Sky Strikers, and those of you watching the channel, this is just the meta. Brave Token is everywhere. I mean, it's such a solid little engine. And what ended up going into time, especially with the chance for you to have that life lead with Natasha, did that come up here, or did he just always have the owl? Yeah, walk me through it a little bit.
So this was my mistake. I didn't realize what time was at because I was sitting to my back to the clock, so I didn't look.
Oh,
that was my own mistake. I could have gained and then just played my board.
Oh.
And he was going for the route to Kaina, and I side blocked him out of it.
Oh, nice.
And then I negated, and then he tried. I just stopped him from making the Kaina at all. Like, he just couldn't make it. He couldn't gain life, and he even admitted that after. He's like, "There's no way to gain." So we ended up drawing game 3.
Wow, that's amazing.
So that was my mistake.
So you could have ended up having an even better record. Yeah, that's really something. But still, I like the way that you responded to the situation, because Sky Striker's a pretty tough deck sometimes. So I think that's neat the way that you handled that. Going to the next one, it was normal Tenyi Sword Soul, and you went 2-1. What was hard about facing this deck?
This deck and this deck hates me. No joke. This deck legit
it hates me too.
I've played against it so many times. I should know how to deal with this deck, but he just comboed. I broke his combo, and this deck is just so consistent. Like, I can't do anything to it.
But you won
somehow.
I mean, yes.
Somehow, yeah. It was a back and forth game, though. It was not a bad game at all.
That's awesome.
He was playing like the Magician. He was playing the Illusion Chaos Magician Souls.
Oh, yes.
Package as well. So it was like a 50-60 card deck. I don't know how big it was.
Yeah.
With the Red Rose and the Basil Rose shoot and all that.
That's awesome. Absolutely awesome.
That was very combo heavy.
That's awesome. You were able to find a way to power through, because sometimes that's really difficult if they get the right board. And so for you to get past that 2-1, that's awesome. And then again, you just steamrolled your next Brave token Plunder Patrol player. So, oh, I see Casey is responding that Drytron has a pretty good matchup against this. Would you agree with that? That when you see Plunder Patrol, you're actually pretty happy?
Yeah, it's not that bad. It's a pretty good matchup. I can definitely say. After playing 2 of them and then 2-0 in both of them, yeah.
That's awesome. What made it so
solid.
easy? Was it usually them just ending their field with 1 or 2 monster negates?
Yeah, if they put up a bunch of special summon monsters, and the 1 to 2 monster negates is all they have, I get to a Dreadconids, I just wipe this board.
Oh, wow. Yeah, because then you've got that 4K beater out there, and then you can keep extending. I mean, that's the crazy thing. Did that happen where you would just wipe the field and then you would just keep extending after that?
No, usually Draconids was game every time.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow. All right. And
I wouldn't give them a second chance. If you don't stop my Draconids at that point, I'm winning.
I like how you put that. No second chances. Now, for the round 7, I didn't know exactly how to describe this, but you described it to me as a 60-card pileup that was full of different engines. Yes. What was it like facing this?
It's quite a mess of a deck. Like, it's got everything. It's got the Illusion of Chaos. It's got Tenyis, the Red Rose package. It's just got everything.
Good gosh.
It's a rough deck to play against.
But again, you won. So what was your saving grace in this matchup? Do you remember?
Honestly, I'm going to be honest. I don't remember because it's been a while and I've slept since then. So I haven't really thought about that one.
I'm sure once the rounds got longer, I'm sure your mind started to blend together with all these matches. I have no doubt. So, but I think that's awesome. You were able to get past that. And then you face Bird Up. Now, Bird Up is a pretty big deal, but you 2-0'd it. And so, did you feel like, did they have Draco Future out on the field? What did the board look like? Did you win the die roll? Walk me through this a little bit.
So, honestly, the guy, he showed me he was playing Bird Up after the fact, but during the match, it was just like I was playing pure Tri-Brigade.
Oh, good gosh.
He opened no Bird Up cards 2 games in a row.
No. Oh, he had to be so angry because there's so many bird cards. The Lyralist cards are everywhere in that deck. Oh my god.
Yeah, he didn't see them. And it was just basically playing pure Tri-Brigade, and that's kind of how it helped.
Oh, so that was favorable for you then. That helped out tremendously.
Yes. If it was Bird Up, it would have been a lot. If the birds had come up, it would have been a lot harder for me to deal with. But since they didn't come up, it was easier.
Wow. Jeez, oh Pete's. Yeah, that's just amazing. All right, and then you had Phantom Knight adventure tokens here. And again, you 2-0'd. I mean, did you find anything difficult about this deck? What did you get to go first? Same thing. How did the match go?
I went first, made the board, I think it was through a Gamma.
Oh, nice. Uh-huh.
And he couldn't out it, so we went to game 2. And he let me go first game 2. And I made the board.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I just remembered. No, game 1 was actually Draconids OTKing. My fault.
Oh, was it? Yeah. Okay.
Yes, because he went first. He made the DP. It was DPE and a few other things. And I opened Droplet, made Draconids, and just attacked everything.
Oh my gosh.
That was an absolute slaughter on game 1.
Wow.
And second one, he let me go first. I made full combo.
Oh.
And he didn't have anything. Droplet, nothing.
Oh my gosh. I'm shocked he would let you go turn 1, knowing what you're playing.
It shocked me too.
That's crazy to me. Sometimes you just make the mistake and realize that after you've sided and you see what you probably should have done. Been there, done that. And then we get to, and at this point, if you win round 10, you get top 8, correct?
Yes. There's
Okay.
also another factor on round 9 I want to touch on real quick.
Oh, go ahead.
So this was in the second game. He made a Verte Anaconda and he used 2 silent boots to do it. So his hand was extremely mediocre.
Oh.
I could have negated the DP or the Anaconda.
Uh-huh.
I chose not to because I wanted it to lock him out of the turn.
Oh, because then he couldn't do anything else. Yep.
I still had DPE, Barone, Herald in hand, plus the full. I had the full package of negates. I didn't care what was going on. He went DPE. I Barone negated it. He triggered DPE to summon it back, and I'm going to be straight honest. I sacked this so hard. I have 9k damage on board. He goes standby. Well, he's about to stand by. I draw for turn with no hand. It's called by the grave.
Oh my gosh!
And I'm just sitting there like, that's game. That's getting me my invite right there.
Oh wow! Talk about a moment. You love it when a top deck it happens like that. That's just that good. Oh wow!
So he had to bring back Dasher. I Barone destroyed it. Switched DPE and switched Methor and swung for 9k and won.
Oh, that's amazing! Absolutely amazing.
So it was insane.
It's pretty good. So as you guys can see, he's had a good day so far. He's won 7 games, 1 draw, which could have been a win, depending on looking at the time. And then, of course, just the bricked hands against the Altergeist player. And then he runs into a guy that you guys are very well familiar with. We've got KCS Games with his Cyberse Eldlich build. I spelled that wrong. Sorry. Or no, I've got it right. So let's go ahead and talk about this. You described it as he steamrolled you. So walk me through what happened here.
It was so they weren't bad games. I'll straight up say that they were really good games. I started cracking his board game 1, and the Eldlich cards in the deck just pushed back. There's nothing I can do about. I for the tournament. Buddy of mine, I think you might know him, James.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. He was over at my house that night. We were talking about the deck, and he convinced me to side out Red Reboot before the tournament.
Oh
and the second I played trap decks, I got absolutely destroyed. I was like, man, I'm not doing that again. I'm already taking out Lancia for a reboot. Like, no.
Don't blame you because and I like the way you described that, Dread. He pushed back, and that's what Eldlich does. It can push back, and the advantage from these trap cards is just so great. And then with everything else he's running, I mean, I could see where this could be very difficult to get around. Guys, we will be talking to Casey at some point, so definitely stay tuned for that. In fact, that's how I'm connected to Dread. That's how I'm connected to James in some way. It's all Casey. So shout outs to him. I'm sure he's here in the chat still.
Thanks, Casey.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was a good game, but I'm still salty. Just saying. It's okay that I got you back on Pokemon earlier.
So, Dread, again, thank you so much. And guys, you can see there, I've got some of the ways that you can follow him. So he has his own Twitch channel. He has his own YouTube channel. You're definitely going to want to check him out. I'll make sure I post that in some links for you guys. Any shout outs that you would like to do, Dread?
Oh, boy, do I have a list.
Okay, you go right ahead.
So I definitely have to give a shout out to Casey for top 8ing. It was a good match. I'm not completely mad, but I'm probably going to have to come up to locals this Friday and get him back for that.
You're on notice, Casey. He's coming for you.
I got to give a big shout out, though, to Clifton Land. He won the regional with pranks.
Wow.
He's been helping me quite a bit. He's been talking to me about the deck. I give credit where credit's due. He's definitely done a lot of help me out with this deck, get me to figure it out.
Awesome. Yeah, that's awesome.
James was also a big help. Danny took me to the regional, so huge shout out to him because I wouldn't have got my invite if he hadn't taken me to the regional. Jeez. Man, it's a list.
That's
I
okay.
do have to shout out the boys from up at Mishawaka at Rivals. They've kept me on my toes with testing and playing in tournaments. Like right before this regional, I think it was like a week or two ago before the event, played in a case tournament up there and went 6-0. And so it's basically the same list minus like a 4-card change.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
So definitely got to shout out the side deck for an amazing regional. It was long. I hope this don't come off wrong, but shout out to all the people who got penalized for not wearing a mask.
Oh my gosh.
People would have their mask down just under their nose a bit, and were getting warnings.
Oh wow. Right. Okay, so they were hardcore.
On that. Like,
wow.
They were strict.
That's incredible. Fair. My goodness.
That's completely fair. I can understand them being that way. It's just a huge thing. Like we're still in the midst of this. I wouldn't not go with that one. I'm enjoying this deck quite a bit. Shout out to all the guys back home as well. They do a lot to help me get ready for the events. So
awesome.
Definitely huge one. We got such a big crew around this area. It's worth it.
That's awesome. And you're from Kokomo, correct?
Around that area.
Okay.
Yes.
So guys, you'll definitely want to check him out if you're from that area of Indiana. So make sure you definitely check him out. But Dread, thank you so much again, man. We appreciate you coming on the channel and doing the deck profile with us. And congrats on a huge top to get your invite now to Nationals, right?
Yes.
That is amazing. So well done to you. And again, we appreciate you coming on the channel.
Yeah, I got one more shout out too. I just remembered this one.
Go right ahead.
This is a big one. Shout out to my boy Sice Trosh and the Armageddon Discord for getting his invite with 56 card Brave Virtual World. That man was on fire. He had the same ending record as I did.
That's awesome.
He finished 31st place.
Wow. Well, it shows that you guys know what you're doing.
We hope you guys enjoyed this YCS deck profile. If you did, please hit that like button. Also, we would love to have you guys be subscribers to the channel. If you ever want to catch what we're doing live, we'd also love to have you guys be a part of our Twitch community. Hey, thanks again so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.
I use its own special ability to make it an attack move, and now I use it as shield.
But I wait for your next challenge. I know that you'll be back.